Third time's the charm, which again means nothing to you because you haven't seen the first two. I literally just messed up the first one, but it's 3:30 in the morning. I started a book today. I finished the book today. It was an amazing book. You know what book it was? The Betrothed by Kiera. The best part about this book, you're never gonna believe this. I did this on accident, right? If I could use my hands. The best part is, I didn't even know I was gonna pay for this because I'm Emily Ann, but it's signed. It's a signed copy. I'm not even upset because my favorite author, maybe ever, which if you know me, you know that I do enjoy reading, okay? I just do it. It's a good escape. Since this whole corona thing started, I've read 5 books and finished school. Did you know that today I became a senior in high school officially? I turned in my last final. You know that a year from today, I'll be done with high school totally? Just like school in general. I mean, not school in general, because obviously I gotta go to college because I would like to sit at the talk table at Thanksgiving. That wasn't English. That's what that face was, just in case you're wondering. A year. And then I'm done with a lot of school. I'm so off topic right now. I came here to talk about this book. So, I cannot hang on. What's the word I'm looking for? Okay, Emily Ann gets stupid about 3 a.m., right? But I cannot say enough good things about this book. Number 1, can we just take a second to appreciate the beautiful coloring and just overall gorgeous advertising job? Like their advertising team. Peep my couch right there. But advertising, on point. Marketing, on point. Cover team, I aspire to be able to create images like this because this is amazing. Okay. Now that whole thing is over, let's get into the book. In the first few pages of the book, you will find a really cool thing, right? So you know how like you're always like, man, I wonder, like, is there an easy way to like visualize like the areas in my head? Like, I don't know where anything is, right? Map. There's a map. She gives you a map. Like, what? Do you know how helpful it would have been to have a map of Ayala? Because I have no idea where anything is. Like, I assume Carolinas. Like, North and South Carolina. But there's only, like... There's 35 districts, so actually that might make sense. What? No, because it includes Canada and Mexico, too. Right? I literally don't remember. Now I'm gonna have to go reread the selection series again during this quarantine. Like, it's like quarantine day 1. It was like spring break. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take that break. And then I read the whole series. And I cried because that's what I do when I read that series. Because, oh my god, it pulls at the heartstrings. You know what else pulls at the heartstrings? This book. Did I cry? Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. Did I cry reading this book? No. Why didn't I cry? Because it was 3 o'clock in the morning and I really don't have any tears left. It's finals, y'all. But I imagine that if I read this when I was having that time of the month, I would have been bawling. Because, oh my god, it hit me where it hurt, man. And I get Kiera Cass likes to do this, but I was not expecting it for the first book. I really wasn't. I was like, you know what? Tragedies don't happen in the first book. Tragedies don't happen in the first book. Tragedies are set up to not happen in the first book. Like, small tragedies? You know what? girl, do your thing. I expect small tragedies. Big tragedies? You want to just rip my heart out right now and eat it? Like, who are you? Like, it hurts me physically to read books like these. But you know what? I love them. And so let's talk character dynamic for like 2 seconds, right? So main character's name is Hollis. Hollis Grace. Hollis Grace's best friend for like 10 years is Delia Grace. Why do their middle names both have to be Grace? Except Delia Grace is like her first name, like literally everyone calls her Delia Grace. And no one calls Hollis Grace because first off, what were her parents thinking naming her that? Because it just doesn't flow. And second off, I don't know. I don't know. She's like about to be a queen and then she all of a sudden isn't. And it's so confusing for like a long time. And the book gets kind of boring at like chapter 16. Only for like 2 chapters though. Maybe it is in chapter 16. I don't know. Right around the middle though, it gets really, it's like every good book, right? So like there's a lot of action and then there has to be a lull before the climax because otherwise readers are like, it's just action. Now what? Something stupid has to happen in order for something cool to happen, you know what I'm saying? So, but Hollis Grace? What a stupid name. Like Edelyn? I get Aaron, spelled with an A-H-R-E-N, like hair, hen. That was stupid, but you know what? I dealt with it. I'm trying to remember things and then I just like, you know, just I'm sure you can see the exact moment when like the thought goes in one ear and out the other. Oh, hang on, we can do that. In one ear, whoop, out the other. You know what, if I was TikToking right now, I could have edited something cool into that, but I'm not a cool person, so what was I saying? But Hollis Grace, she's like if you've ever seen the TV show Merlin, she's like Morgana in the first season, right? So like she's like a daughter of the court and a lady and she's been in the court like her whole life and like that's totally cool, right? And then she goes to like a party, right? And she's like dancing and then she's clumsy and she literally falls into the arms of a king. And the king laughs for the first time since both of his parents died. And then he falls in love with her. And everyone's like, it's not gonna last because this king is like, ooh, all the girls. And all the girls are like, yeah, you're king. I can deal with that. Money, gifts, jewels, the possibility of being queen. Okay. And Hollis is like, she just is like the coolest kid because she's just being herself. And she doesn't even think that the king's gonna like her for that long, right? And she literally just, she's just like bumbling by and she's oblivious to what's happening around her. And then the king's like, I want to marry you. You're the girl that I choose. You're my son. Not you're my son. You are the son. Sorry. You're my son belongs to, I already forgot his name again. Hold up. Give me a second. Why is it this hard? It's like S-I... L-A-S. Silas. I think that's how you say it. I've literally been struggling with that like for the past hour and a half. You don't even know. Okay, so Hollis is like, I'm gonna be a queen, guys. And I think I'm okay with it because my parents will have status and they won't be disappointed with me anymore. And the king, he treats me so well and I think I might love him. And then this refugee dude who's like the male version of Elsa in my head, except instead of ice powers, he's got metalworking powers. So like he's like this really cool and like crafty dude who can just make crap out of anything and so cool. And I imagine he's like the most beautiful man I've ever seen. Like, not the most beautiful man, no, I'm sorry, that's Maxon. Max and Shreve. Most beautiful fictional man is Max and Shreve. But those Silas, Egoff, names are really hard in this book, just a heads up. Might be a second, very close second. Okay, whatever, right? So, Hollis is all for King Jameson until Salis shows up and is like, gives her like this piercing gaze with like this really, really blue eyes. And he's like, it's like, have you ever heard the soulmate theory of like, we're all connected by red strings? And so Hollis's heart feels the pull of Salis's heart, and they're just pulled together, and they're pulled towards each other. And so Hollis falls out of love with Jameson and falls into love with Salis, and this whole mess arises, except it's not that messy because it's the court, right? And she's like, I have a duty now. It would not only tarnish my reputation and my family's, but it would humiliate my kingdom and my country, and that's not good for anybody, especially not when they're at war with the bordering country, because that's stupid. So, like, she's like, I'm just gonna suck it up. And then she's like, you know what? No. I need to tell my king what's going on, because I can't get into a loveless marriage like this, because I would just embarrass myself and others and my country for the rest of my life, and I don't want to be trapped. So she goes to him and is like, look, before I can agree to anything with you, I need some time for myself. And I'm not saying that I'm coming back, because chances are I'm not. And then she goes off and gets married. Right? I literally just read this book. Like, hang on. She goes off and gets married to Salis. Her parents don't approve at first. And she invites them to the wedding, and they actually show up, and her mom laughs. And she's like, I've not heard that sound in like forever. And it's the silliest thing in the world, right? You know what I'm saying right now? And her and her husband, for like the 2 seconds that they were actually married, were so cute. He was going to take her to the place that she's been talking about literally all the book. And just right then, my heart melted, right? And then the whole book takes a turn. And look, you know what? Kiera, Cass, I get it. I get traumas. I understand why they exist. But in the first book, I'm not prepared for that nonsense. Like, either tell me you're going to have a second book. Tell me the first book isn't. Because yes, you've set 3 women up for amazing adventure. But where's my love story? You killed off my love story. I'm a teenage girl, man. I am a fat, literally so, or actually, not as fat as I was, but I'm still a fat teenage girl, man. I don't read these books for adventure. I read these books because there's nothing better for me to do with my life. I don't have a boyfriend. I've never been kissed. I've held hands with like 1 boy. I literally went on a date with 2 boys. So I read these books for the romance and the adventure both. And you go and you take away my romance. Like, it was this beautiful love triangle thing, and she had like the love of a lifetime. But she had the love of a lifetime way too young. Which makes me think there might be another love. Still. Hashtag depressed. So that's the book. In 14 minutes of your life that you're never gonna get back. 14 minutes of me just talking at my phone. 14 minutes of me going on like way too many going on at the tangent. Oh, also, check it out. I'm using, you know how my sister has that weeding tool to like, really good at this video thing. To like, you know, like, it's like a hobby holly thing or whatever. Holly hob. It's like a bright light. You can trace things on it. It's a really good white light. Makes my eyes pop. Like, see? Okay, now that you've gotten my supermodel pose, thank you for putting up with me for 15 minutes. Dear future husband, if you're seeing this right now, I'm very, very sorry, because this was me as a teenager and it's kind of whack. Also, please buy me more books. Specifically signed ones from Kiera because I don't know if I mentioned this, she's my all-time favorite author. As of 16 years old. I'm only 16 for like another 3 weeks though. 3 weeks. Alright. A for effort. Thanks for playing.